TAYEBWA deputy speaker nali nawe mu parliament nali nawe mu kuziika no gamba nti abantu badde bablaminga babu afiro atye Kenya. Yes, tukoye bannayuganda okufiira Kenya. Tukoye bannayuganda okufiira Germany, okufiira Italy, okufiira mu America. Jacob Oulanyah yafiira wa?
America.
Muhakanizi yafiira wa? Oba Italy?
Bweru wa gwanga.
Segenya yafiira wa?
Bweru wa gwanga.
Mayombo yafiira wa?
Bweru wa gwanga.
Tumwine yafiira wa?
Bweru.
Omuntu alwalira atye Nairobi, alwalira atye Kigali ne bamu airliftinga tu Nairobi si Kampala.
Yes, Frank GASHUMBA has come out to attack General Moses Kainerugaba and the Speaker of Parliament for failing to appropriate enough funds in building hospitals. We all know that the NRM regime has failed us in very many aspects. And when it comes to the health sector, we are even doing so very bad. Uganda has a bigger budget, of health tourism. And these people are not normally taken outside in Europe. Majority of them are taken to Nairobi. Yet Kenya and Uganda are almost the same. What does Kenya have that we don't have? What does Kenya do that we can't do? So Frank GASHUMBA coming out to attack the Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayeebwa and General Moses Kainerugaba and the entire NRM regime is right, but also he's doing it hypocritically. On one hand, Frank GASHUMBA is coming out to hold them accountable. On another hand, is praising for their continuity. It means that he's supporting the continuation of the failed regime. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the statements which are made by Frank GASHUMBA, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the statements we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to tell you that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagari. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, Frank GASHUMBA turned to be one of the biggest regime propagandists. When Frank GASHUMBA speaks, you may think he sides with the common man, that he wants a better Uganda. But in the actual sense, is pushing the narrative of the continuity of NRM and the succession of General Moses Kainerugaba, who, by the way, the state wants to force him on the people. After the burial of CEDRIC NDIIMA, Babu, we all know his death was surrounded by a lot of rhetoric, because a person who is on the PLU executive, which wants to bring the first term to power, failing to get 1.5 billion. I know they didn't fail, they would have gotten it eventually, but also praising the status quo to continue. It showed how the NRM failed. So Frank GASHUMBA came out to attack the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and also put them on shame, which I think it was so hypocritical. Before I proceed, I want to play a tape when Frank GASHUMBA was saying this. Here's the tape.
TAYEBWA deputy speaker nali nawe mu parliament nali nawe mu kuziika no gamba nti abantu badde bablaminga babu afiro atye Kenya. Yes, tukoye bannayuganda okufiira Kenya. Tukoye bannayuganda okufiira Germany, okufiira Italy, okufiira mu America. Jacob Oulanyah yafiira wa?
America.
Muhakanizi yafiira wa? Oba Italy?
Bweru wa gwanga.
Segenya yafiira wa?
Bweru wa gwanga.
Mayombo yafiira wa?
Bweru wa gwanga.
Tumwine yafiira wa?
Bweru.
Omuntu alwalira atye Nairobi, alwalira atye Kigali ne bamu airliftinga tu Nairobi si Kampala. But the deputy speaker assured us the president are very serious ku nsonga eno nti yakoye ekigambo kye bayita medical tourism. Ti amalwaliro agali e Uganda nerigenda okuzimbwa. By the way, eryerubowa situlyogerako lyo liri mu liigi yalyo. Bwe tuba twogera ku malwaliro eryerubowa lyo situlyogerako. Tulimala ddiraba.
I hear of the trillion.
Mbabongedde n'endala. Ulira?
Erulyogerako.
Yes. Ekinuma kungu ntwala ntyo omulwadde wange Mulago hospital ate Mulago nengamba mbu tests ezimu twinda zikolera na Kasero hospital oba Case Clinic
private
a national referral hospital supreme kiringanga UPDF benebeera ku vita negamba mu Saraseni etuyambise ku byokulwanyiza Saraseni oba zino group zine zikuuma kubanga UPDF yeina supremacy y'ebyuma byonna mu Uganda muno zino police this complimenting ntwala ntya senga wange mama wange mutabani wange mukyala wange Mulago ate ne bangamba nti zino tests ziri nakasero ziri nsambya mboba mugende wandege mugule eddagala. Are we in charge of this country? Are we in charge? Moba minister, are you in charge of this country? Honestly.
Bana batuguza ne gloves nga bama.
Chiringanga Serena bwene gamba bu tufune kamere mutoninyira. Serena
chewunyi kiba chewunyi.
Ni still
bana abatuga no gula gloves nga akyala bagendo.
Gebyo sebo buno obubaka bwemba wadde buva mu balonzi. Abalonzi bamwe bagendo balonda mu 2026. Tebagala bino bifaananyi nga mufukamidde mubasaba obululu. No.
That is Frank Gashumba. So, those who don't understand Frank Gashumba is a good orator. When he comes out to speak, you may think that he's standing for the betterment of Uganda. But in action, since he's cutting deals, he's buttressing for the continuity of General Kaguta Museveni plus the succession. To show you that he's buttressing this, when he continued to speak, you clearly saw that he went on to attack the people who were asking for accountability, who were asking where were the people who never came out to help CEDRIC NDIIMA Babu. Okay, so you clearly see the hypocrisy. Frank Gashumba, on one hand, he comes out to say that Kizza Besigye is the greatest freedom fighter. Yet on the other hand, comes out to say that Museveni should continue so that Moz can come. You cannot have one leg standing in the ocean and another one on land. You either decide where you fall. Frank Gashumba uses this tactic. Whenever comes out on the program, he portrays as if Uganda is very bad. He portrays as if Uganda needs change, but he ends up drumming support for the regime and drumming support for the first son, Moses Kainerugaba. No sane Ugandan can drum support for the continuity of the same. In fact, let me play you the tape. It's going to be 4 minutes, and you hear how he ended up attacking those who were calling for the change, for the overhaul of the health institution, and mocking those who sit on big executives of the NRM dying outside the country. Here's the tape.
Munonyanga tano. Kati nemu WhatsAppinga nemu gamba muvandimwe comrade, I urgently want to speak to you. Na kubira nenge dobozi oli waliva wala. Nemanya nti bino bya bulijja kujjanjebwa akoleki akumewo. Amoyi ne gatukwako last week nti afudde kitalo kungu mbadde mu Kampala sinaba kulaba musajja abadde pure nga CEDRIC pure abadde stainless nga tayina ntalo yenga bw'omulumba takuluma nze bw'onnumba nkulumba yenjawulo ebaddewo okitegeera. Very clean, very humble. Atenga simu gagga nga bino benalabye. CEDRIC abadde living a simple, humble life. Nali mumanyi nenga suli too close. Ne mumanya nti okusinga General MK, our chairman, the current CDF and our next president, Uganda eno yagidividinga mu into regions ziringanga 8. Nze yannondo okubeera national vice chairperson when in charge of the central region. That's the Buganda region. Kati olwokuba PLU yagejja nnyo n'asalawo Kampala gifuule region eri independent n'alonda CEDRIC Babu abadde national vice chairperson wa Kampala. CEDRIC yazaalibwa wano politics enewe Kampala badde amumanyi. Bamulijakitinga nga bakamulonda era ne bagenda tribal line ne mbagamba mwagala kusiruwala ffenna tuli bannayuganda. CEDRIC ne welcoming mu office ne mubuulira challenge gye yayina formation zonna eza PLU MK movement yazirimu ne muyisa bagita bati orientation bwe tubadde tutambula tandika okutambula ffenna era nga bwabira n'emikolo ambuulira nange bwe beera n'emikolo mukola ki mubuulira nafa kitalo nnyo ate General MK nayogera gye tutamanyi nti yasinkana General MK nga bakyali Nairobi mu exile ali 1980s. Bonna MK family ya General MK negire Sweden eya babusigaleke kati barimo okuliunitinga nga President Museveni amaze okuwamba ki Kampala ne babera ne basomera ku Kampala Parents bombi ne bagenda SMAC Kampala Parents nze nali St Francis Villa Maria Community Primary School mama seka mama nze nali ne bagenda ku SMAC nze nali mwagakanye Masaka faga masomero ga St Mary's Kisubi na Miryango King's College Buddo twawuliranga amawulire era nebaza Katonda nti yasomera nze ne community school bana basajja mbatula mungi mbatula mu manyiru waki merit
because of your potential ability.
Yes ekikulu si waje wasomera naye value kijo yongera ku community.
Okay
Lida Jeno MK yategeera nti mukwano gwe mulwadde Nairobi yakola kyo nekisoboka okulaba nti amuyamba okuwona. Unfortunately according to doctors nti babu ne bwa yali mu ddwali erisinga okubeera ebbeeyi oba mu America oba wa tiyali survivinze
kimbere ali gayiga.
Yes anti buli malaika bwamwe limautu bwaka kajega bakaseba kawa fairo yo nebo bango ina abasirikale abakuuma ensi yonna kakutwala
oyagala toyagala
kano na Rajiv kano na Andrew Felix Kawesa kano na Muzata kano na Tamale Mirundi kano na Pope Francis
yatulanga utamale
Pope Francis Archbishop Shirwanga tekasaga nafa
zenkatya
kati General MK abadde directly involved mu muzika
so number then kijjawo bye tubadde tubakomizino kyangu bano bali jokera
banupu bazibu
naye kijjawo abantu yadde boogera ku social media okwo baliwa bano baliwa if really John MUHOOZI has had the hand okulaba nti akola kyonna ekisobola okutaasa obulamu bw'omu then they are exonerated abantu boogera tebabitegeera
kakati ekisooka bebaani mu conversation eziberamu empologoma the 5 big cats buskwiro tebubeeramu who are they gwabuuza nti baaliwa wasomera wa ani akumanyi nga ne bwofu enkya ne neighbor utamanya you get it bebaani mu kino bebaani mu baliwa ebintu ebisinga abantu bebakolera obuntu tebiba bya showbiz yes nze nkyogera nnyo buli lwolabanga abantu nga balaga banange bwembeera ku TikTok live nkwegayiridde ne bobeera ofasi sobola mbankola kati oyo message blocking eyo kasiteddamu okweza request eyo just block
ayagala kuteesa
ayagala kuteesa ntegeera ndowooza just block
mpamwe ndatika gyoyogerera omukazi gye ku radio for radio.
That is Frank Gashumba. So you clearly see that we cannot, if you're not wise, you cannot be able to dissect the words of Frank Gashumba, who is one of the biggest regime propagandists. We all know that Uganda needs change. General Museveni, after 40 years, what he fails to do, he will never do. It is time for him to go. Where we take our patients in Nairobi, the health sector has been built by various administrations. Because for me, I believe that everyone has his own calling. Everyone has something to offer to the country. If a leader stays in power for 40 years, he even develops comfort, and comfort breeds contempt. Contempt brings about poor service delivery. This is what we are facing in Uganda. Of course, that's my opinion. Do me a by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is the first time on the YouTube channel, employee would subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such video. Let me also take this opportunity to tell you that I'll be running as a member of parliament for Makinde East constituency. We are at a juncture where we are going to pick leaders who have voices. The voice of Makinde East has been dimmed for a long period of time. It is now or never, so that we can uplift it. Makinde East used to be among the constituencies which used to be represented very well in the floor of parliament. Now it is the contrary. It is time for you to pick a leader like yours truly, Kabir Sulaiman Mwagali, to put out the echoes of Makinde East. It is now or never. I will see you on another one. Peace.